All right, what have we got here? Rose. We've gone from 1 site to 2. Legend, well done. And now have 13 staff. How do I get them to give me their best when I'm not there? Solid question. You know, to me that's team culture. Okay. So yes, we can have some tactics, because I saw your follow-on question is any secrets on setting KPIs. It's culture though. Like I guess this is the way I would put it to you. When it comes to herding cats or having staff, people are motivated by one of two things. It's either the carrot or the stick, okay? People are either motivated towards pleasure or away from pain. Human nature, right? So one of the ways to do this is to threaten the team with the stick. And I'm a big fan of key performance indicators, but not on their own, okay? They need to be the backstop. That's the stick. It's like, if you don't do these 6 things, you don't measure up and you're gonna get booted, okay? That's the stick. By the way, that's okay. But on its own, if that's all you have, I think you're then being a boss and not a leader. We've gotta have the carrot that says, guys, here's our bright future. Here's what I want to achieve as a team. Here's the impact we're gonna have on the world. Here's how we're gonna dig deep. And that is going to attract more people to join a culture of putting in discretionary effort than a stick ever will. Because as soon as the stick's not in sight, they won't do it. To get discretionary effort from people, it comes down to your leadership to cast a vision. It comes down to your leadership to love and communicate with each individual team member the best you can. It comes down to your ability to row with them. And then if you can unite them and you can get them on the same page, you'll never get everybody, but if you can get them on the same page, then the culture polices itself. You got 13 team members. Let's say 10 really buy into your vision and 3 drag their heels. The 10 are going to want the 3 gone. So it will police itself. It'll become a feeding frenzy. The 10 will just eat those 3 alive and they'll all quit. And that's great, because then you find another 3 and they come into the regime with the new culture. They don't know any different and they join and everything works out okay. And remember, when it comes to culture, no one's bigger than the culture. You are as the owner because you've got to lead it, but no one is bigger than the culture. If somebody is bad on the culture, you just move them on legally, but you've got to move them on, because one bad person in the culture starts to drag everybody down. But I just think KPIs are brilliant. And how do you do it? You need between 5 and 7. They need to be an actual metric. You can't have a KPI of like good attitude because it's not measurable. It needs to be, you did 100% of your calls, you'd upselled 30% of your customers. It needs to be something that is actually measurable. You wore the right uniform 100% of the days you worked. It's measurable. If you can get those KPIs and you sit down with the team and you say, this is what you're going to be measured against, here's the 100% of my expectation, and then you have a regular review with them, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, you'll find that they will be compliant. And by the way, that right there, you pay thousands for that kind of information elsewhere, but Uncle Wez are here doing it for you because I love you and I want the kingdom to advance. So all I request from you is tell your friends. Tell your friends about the kingdom business. All right, Anthony's got a question, but Rick has too. Come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. Where is he? Yes.
Trusting your business with workers is hard.
Yep. They don't have the same commitment as you do as the owner. No, and they're never going to, and that's okay. How do you overcome that? You don't. You can't overcome that. The way you've said, can you overcome that? You actually can't. Because they also know that the maths isn't there. That they can't sell their job. You can sell your business. It's your baby. You'll happily put up with the rubbish. They're not going to do that, okay? Now, what I said before about discretionary effort, that's really the name of the game. That's what we can play for. Somebody can turn up, do 8 hours, check the boxes and leave. Somebody else can love their job, do 8 hours, check the boxes and do more, and do 9 hours work in an 8-hour day. That's the best we can hope for with team. It's the discretionary effort, okay? How do you get that? It's the same answer as the one I gave Rose. It comes down to your ability to lead, your ability to trust. You know, here's kind of how I view things. I have a pretty low expectation of team members. I'll drill them. I'll set the pace. But really, if somebody's going to do the wrong thing by me, I'm not going to get caught up in it. I'll probably sulk for 63 seconds, and then I'll be like, okay, because it doesn't help me. Like, I kind of think to myself, I'm probably going to hire between now and the end of my business life 1,000 people. I fully expect 243 of those to do the wrong thing at some point in that journey. And so I guess I'm just not thrown off by the one that I hire that ends up going bad, because it's pretty likely. So I just don't want those things to be roadblocks on the journey of me building something great. So I don't think we can expect them to take the same ownership as we can, but I think good leadership and good culture and an exciting future and giving people that progression and being kind and caring about them as a human is all you can do to get the best out of people. Majority of people under that environment will really flourish and join you, and few won't like it, but they weren't going to like anything you implemented. So I wouldn't worry about those people.